Hello. Today I want to do a video discussing how not linear recovery can be. So recovery is not this at least not that I know of anyone personally that I work with, and certainly not my own. It's not this I'm going to recover, I'm going to do this and straight to recovery. There are so many bumps in the road and so many hurdles you have to jump through, and so many times when I felt like I had to recommit, that if you think that anyone has this perfect recovery or this, seamless effort that gets them to the end goal, without any kind of disruptions or second guessing themselves, you're wrong. Because everyone that recovers, like I said, that I know of, does. They reach a point, and many points probably, in the road where they have to make a decision. Am I going to keep going forward? Or am I going to pause here and try to figure out a way to maintain this? Am I going to figure out a way to live my life, better than when I started, but not quite fully free, right? That middle stage before you find yourself completely free from your eating disorder, but feeling so much better than where you were when you started. People call that quasi-recovery, or you can call it whatever you want, but it's when you're doing better, but you're not all the way there. For me, each time that I had, because my weight gain was kind of shot up and then it kind of slowed, and then it shot up again, and it kind of slowed and it shot up. And each time that it shot up, I had to make a decision. Am I going to keep going? Can I keep doing this? I don't know if I can do this. I thought this was it. I thought this was all that I had to gain. And then I would decide to keep going, right? And then I'd kind of get, okay, all right, I think I can deal with this. I think things have settled down. And then bam, it would happen again. And then I'd gain again. And not that I wasn't gaining the whole time, but it would just be this I don't think I can go to this next size in my head. I don't think I can wrap my head around this. And then I'd have to make a decision again. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Why can't I just be mentally rewired? Why can't I be free from this at this size? But the bottom line is I wasn't. So then I had to keep going again. And I kept having these, I had multiple of them. And I don't say that to scare you, but just to be real with you. And I'm sure many of you listening are like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's me. That's totally normal. It's totally normal to have these kind of ups, and then you kind of plateaus, and then ups, and then you have to make a decision again. And I feel like it wasn't until after many of these when I would have it and I'd just be like, you know what? Screw it. Whatever, fine. Body, do what you're going to do. And I feel like that was me when I kind of surrendered, or kind of just let go, or perhaps started that actual process of not caring anymore about weight gain, was when I finally was just looks like I don't have control over this. It looks like if I'm properly rewiring, I actually can't really control this weight gain. It's just going to have to happen, and I'm going to have to learn to be okay with it. And so if you're in recovery and you're experiencing that, and you're trying to manage or figure out how you're going to stay in this state where you don't have to gain anymore, but not fall backwards. I mentioned this the other day, you're either moving forwards in recovery or you're sliding backwards. You're not able to, for an extended period of time, kind of stay in this place of sort of semi-disordered. It's just not sustainable. So I guess my point in this is, yes, recovery, particularly the weight gain, is not this linear, smooth process. It's going to feel terrifying at times. It's going to feel like you're doubting everything. It's going to feel like it's never going to end. It's going to feel like your rewiring is so behind the way that your body's changing, and that's going to freak you out. But I've said this before as well, a very large portion of my weight gain happened before I felt like I had done hardly any rewiring. I felt like my brain was exploding every day with eating disorder thoughts that I was trying to resist listening to. And my body was in a body that nobody would have ever for even a second questioned if I had an eating disorder anymore. And so the size of your body is completely irrelevant to what you still need to do in your own recovery. It's irrelevant how much weight you've gained thus far in relationship to where you need to be mentally free from this, and the rewiring that still has to happen. So every time, my tip to you today is, every time, this video is kind of shifted from recovery not being linear to the how to cope with weight gain. I'm sorry for that, but it's very important. And I know a lot of people are, always asking questions about it. And I think it's good to talk about. I don't think there's a problem to discuss how to cope with or how to overcome that fear of weight gain, and acknowledge that it's happening, or that it is going to happen. But the tip would be, every time that you start to have that overwhelming fear, right? And I'm sure you know the thoughts. For me, it was, it's never gonna end, the weight gain's never gonna end, and I'm never gonna fully rewire. Like, this isn't gonna work, this isn't working. That was always my fear. Is replacing it with, hold on, what are the mental states that I know I need to be at? What are the things that I can mentally focus on rather than focusing on the physical changes? So what are the things that I still need to do to fully rewire? And then I need to just eye on the prize, stay really focused on those things to replace the doubt and the worry and the fears about my body changing. So an example would be like, oh my gosh, my jeans don't fit. I've outgrown another pair. I thought these would be it. I thought these were going to fit. And I'd be like, hold on, stop. Hold on, stop. What are you still afraid of? Like, what is eating disorder still scaring you of? Obviously weight gain, but also you're still afraid to eat those donuts. Remember, you avoided the donuts that your husband brought home. You didn't have as many as you were supposed to. So that's what you need to focus on. Today, your mission is just get in as many donuts as you can. Okay, what else are you still afraid of? The thought of, you know, just being spontaneously surprised with a meal and not planning on it. Okay, maybe I need to set something up so that someone just brings me something I need. So I had to just start getting like really serious about what are the things I can actively do to get myself closer to recovery rather than dwelling on and worrying about the weight gain. I know that sounds like really tough when you're in that place, but it seemed to work for me. That seemed to help me to refocus. And then it also helped me feel accomplished. It helped me to feel like, well, I really am not comfortable in my body, but at least I know I'm giving it my all. At least I know I'm really, really, really trying to challenge and push myself and to shut this eating disorder up. So hopefully this video helps somebody in some way, and hope you all have a wonderful day.